Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. If you're new to the channel, this is All the Beer No Idea. My name is Baz. If you're not new, ignore everything I've just said and let's just crack on with this review. So, as a lot of you may well know, I picked up a load of sort of cheaper beers from the supermarket and we're going to be looking at one of them now. So it's a bit of a budget beer time, if you like. And the beer we are going to be looking at is from Sainsbury's, and it says by Sainsbury's, and we've got a can of their original Crown Lager coming in at 4% in a 440ml can. This was a 4-pack. They don't sell it singly, and it was £2.49 for the 4. So 175, 250. It's about 60p a can, isn't it? 65p a can, something like that. So yeah, real cheap. It does look a little bit nasty. Apologies for the glare. I've got the light quite high behind it. But yeah, it it looks a bit cheap. Don't have a Crown glass, obviously. So we're going to bang it in a Carlsberg Pilsner glass, which may well be ideal for this sort of beer. So let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Now, I don't know how many videos I've done actually of these new sort of budget beers. Honestly can't think. I think I've only maybe done, this might even be the second one. But yeah, however many I've done, whatever it is, anyone who's watched, I hope you're enjoying them. And there will be lots more. And just to put anyone's mind at rest, I've had a few messages and a few comments about doing what you want to do, and I totally get that, and I am doing what I want to do. Sometimes you just hear what people say and you think, yeah, actually, I'm going to have a go at that. And it was something anyway that I was sort of in you know, I've been thinking about doing anyway. I was just always too tight to buy 4-packs, but I thought, no, let's go for it. And let's give, you know, some videos for people who can't afford all the expensive beer. Let's review some anyway and go on a little bit of a journey myself. So, let's stop waffling on. Beer is in a glass. It's looking exactly the same in the camera as what I'm seeing. It's sort of like a golden amber colour. We've got a good finger and a half of white head on there. Very sort of fluffy head. The Carlsberg glass is nucleated, so there are lots of bubbles going up, as you can see. It looks like a standard lager. So let's dive in on the nose and see what this Crown Lager gives us. I'm not expecting much, but what do you expect? £2.49, 65p a can or something like that, whatever it is. 62p a can. Yeah, it's got that sort of typical cheap lager. I say cheap lager, what it resembles on the nose, I would say, maybe, is along the lines of something like a Carlin or a Foster's. Even a Carlsberg, if you like. It's got that typical mass-produced sort of almost, I'm not going to totally say nasty, but just that cheap lager, basically. It smells of cheap lager. So let's stop waffling on. Let's dive in on Sainsbury's Crown Lager. Frog in your throat. Sainsbury's Crown Lager, 4%. Cheers. Okay, let's go in again. Let's go in again. In all honesty, the body doesn't feel too bad. It's a cheap 4% lager, and it does actually have a little bit of weight to it. It's quite well carbonated, quite busy in the mouth, so it's not the smoothest when you drink it. It's typical sort of lager. There's no softness about the beer, if you like, but again, what would you expect? It's a £2.49 4-pack of beer. It's reasonably clean. It's crisp. It's certainly crisp. It's certainly sort of, you know, quenches your thirst, you could say. But saying that, a beer that's cold is always going to do that, isn't it? On the taste, not really a lot. It's got that typical generic Carlin Foster's lager sort of malty taste. I wouldn't necessarily say it's as nasty as them. You know, I don't know. There's not a lot going on in there. It doesn't really. There's no real bitterness in there. There is maybe a slight sweetness to it, which I wouldn't necessarily say syrupy, but there is a slight sweetness to it. You maybe could find a little bit of a citrus note if you're clutching at straws. 4%, you don't get that. It doesn't really feel watery in the mouth either, which is what you'd probably expect from a cheaper beer. £65p a can. What do you expect? My own personal taste, I wouldn't class it as a good lager, but to people who maybe like Carlin Foster's and all that, it's going to be one you can chuck lots down your neck of. There's nothing, there's nothing majorly nasty that I would go, oh god, that's horrendous. It's just a sort of standard lager that really a lot of people would like. The masses, I think, would probably like it, and it's cheap. So for me, would it be something I would pick up again? It wouldn't be something I would go for. Personally, I think I've got better taste than that. It might sound a bit snobby, but I think I've got better taste than that. But I can totally see why a lot of people would drink it, because it does what you'd want, your standard beers to do. And I think it's a little bit nicer than some of them, and it's quite a bit cheaper, £2.50. You can't really go wrong. So yeah, if you want to give it a go, give it a go. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.